Hi everyone, this is ZPJ. Today is the last of a series. I'm now speaking into the Neumann U87, and well, this compared to all the other mics, you can see below this video what I'm comparing it to. Running it through the same sound chain, universal audio. Well, what is special about this mic? Does it make my voice sound good? No, not particularly. Does it make me tingle listening to it? No, not particularly. Do I think it's worth the value? Yes and no. Now let me explain. If I'm a musician, if I look at this as a singer, I say, well, it doesn't really make my voice sound great, so I prefer other mics over it. For example, the TLM-103 makes my voice sound better. As a sound engineer, I might say, well, there's too much sibilance to deal with, so I need to use de-essers and whatnot. So I might prefer other mics. But in terms of sitting in a mix, especially 60s pop, my voice sits so well. Actually, it doesn't sit. It more like floats. For example, if I compare it to the TLM-103, my voice is well grounded, and it sits flat with the other instruments, but the U87 lifts it higher up. I guess it's like the Stratocaster of the Fender world. It really does elevate my voice to that eerie level. It just floats. It makes my voice sit in an angelic way in the mix. So as a mic on its own, I'm not too sure, but as a mic to help my voice sit in a mix, it's really good. I'm going to put a link up here for you now, and you can see it's one of the songs I made recently. It's 60s pop style. The mic, the U87, is running through the the Avalon I have here. Of course, then into the Universal Audio Apollo Twin, recorded into Logic Pro. The way my voice sits in the mix, it really explains what I'm talking about in terms of elevating my voice in the mix. Well, I don't want to spend too much time talking about this. You can hear it for yourself. You can compare it to all the other mics. I don't know if this is the holy grail of all mics. I wouldn't give up the other mics. I think every mic has its own use. This one has its particular use. I would say for a 60s pop, composition, it really makes my voice sit well in the mix. In terms of other genres, well, I'm sure it would work because it does bring the vocals forward without actually cranking up the tunes, the volume. So it doesn't make the vocals too pronounced in decibel value. It doesn't, you don't need to crank up the volume to get the voice to stand out. It does that on its own. It projects the voice forward and upward, so it kind of gives you that surreal feeling to the voice. kind of like a Salvador Dali in the art world. Yeah, it's a good mic. It has its uses. This is definitely not a fake. It's real. Checked all the specs. This is what it sounds like. It's not new, so it's well worn, well taken care of. And it wouldn't be a new one. It's not vintage either. It's a U87ai. But definitely not the newest version. Now, in terms of the voice floor, is it a quiet mic? The noise floor, I should say. Is it a quiet mic? Well, no, I don't think it's a quiet mic. I think this mic is good for a mix. The TLM-103, it's transformer-less. This has a transformer. So the 103 is less, it has less self-noise. This has more self-noise. But if you're going to use this in a mix, you won't be able to hear that self-noise anyways. Well, tell me what you think. Please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and have a look at all the other mics to see what this sounds like next to them using the same sound chain on my voice. All right, everyone, ZPJ, over and out.